Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with professional boxer Josh Nutley. He's making his pro debut at York Hall, Bethnal Green on the 25th of May on the Nielsen and TM14 show. And yes, how are you, mate? And he's making his professional debut.
I'm very well, thank you, Sam. And yourself, hope you've had a lovely weekend.
Yeah, I have. Have you?
Yeah, mate, very well, thanks. I've just caught up, watched the boxing. I didn't get up for the Canelo fight. I brought it on the pay-per-view and then watched it when I woke up. I thought he boxed an absolute masterclass. Um, just very intelligent boxing match. I think he played it very well, and it was beautiful to see. He's been my favourite boxer now for about the last 3-4 years, Canelo.
Yeah, he's one of my favourites as well. He's very good. I mean, it was a good performance. I thought he started a bit a bit slow, but and then he in that fourth round, when he dropped him with the uppercut, I think that was a turning factor. And I think ever since then, Canelo was I think it was closer than people are making it out to be. I had maybe 3 rounds in it to Canelo. I think the back end is where Canelo came on quite strong. And yeah, I think there's still big fights out there for Munguia. He'll come back. But yeah, for Canelo, I don't know what he's gonna do because I've seen that he might fight Charlo, and then 1 minute he's fighting Belanga, or then the next minute I see he might be fighting Crawford. So you just don't know at the moment, do you? But again,
No,
he's
mate,
only
no.
fought the other week, so
Yeah, yeah, and he seems to fight on the Pacific dates of every year, doesn't he?
May and
Maybe in one of
September.
them. That's it. Yes, yes. So I mean, there's plenty of time for another opponent to come up. Um, who we don't know, but he's always been in the best fights, Canelo, hasn't he? He's always boxed the best that's out there at that moment in time. So
Yeah, exactly that. And if you look at his resume, wow is one word of describing it.
exactly that, mate. He's got some really good names on there, and only two defeats, one being Bivol and Floyd Mayweather, which is not a bad thing to have on your record, is it? I mean, they're both absolute class fighters.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bivol arguably the number one at light heavyweight, number two in my opinion. But I think but Biev and Bivol, you can argue either way. But I mean, that fight's been called off unfortunately. But apparently Bivol's got a replacement, and hopefully, maybe the back end of the year, then Biev and Bivol can get it on.
Yeah, I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't think Bivol was going to win that anyway. To be honest, in my personal opinion.
I thought Beterbiev was. I thought it would be a long fight. I think it would have been. I think Bivol would be up because he's naturally the better boxer and quicker than him. I just didn't think. I think Beterbiev would eventually get to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, and I'm with you with that 100%.
But yeah. Before we get into yourself, I'm just going to ask a few more predictions because otherwise we'll be here all day talking about other fights and not you. But yes, Fury or Usyk?
I'm going Fury, and I've been strongly Fury from before that fight was even made. I don't see any heavyweight beating Fury uh, for the remainder of his career. I just don't see it. I think Fury is the best. I think he's one of the best to ever do it, in my personal opinion.
So do you feel Fury will get the stoppage, and do you feel like people were because what I've seen mainly people were, and including myself, are saying Usyk, and the majority are going with Usyk. Do you think people were writing Fury off due to his last performance?
Yeah, I think people are writing Fury off due to the last performance. Obviously, the cut on the eye that he had in sparring. People are saying that he's scared, but I mean these things happen. It's unfortunate, and they tried to prevent it as much as possible. But I think that was genuine. I don't think he was scared. Otherwise, he wouldn't be boxing him in 2 weeks' time. But I think it's going to be a points decision. I've I've said it from the beginning. I don't take nothing away from Usyk. I think he's absolute class. I think he's really good. His angles and his movement and his speed. It's just it's phenomenal. That's the word for it. But I think when it comes to Tyson Fury, I believe that anyone that he gets in the ring with, he can adapt to the correct. I mean, we both know styles are what make fights, and I think with Fury, I believe that he has the toolkit to adapt to the style that needs to be fitted for that specific opponent. If you know what I'm saying, like with the Wilder fights, he completely outboxed him in the first one and got an arguable draw. I believe he won that, but then he knew that that wasn't the way to beat him. So the second and third fight, we see a complete different Tyson Fury that we've never seen before. Where he was on the front foot and he was he was on the stoppage. And we never really seen that from Fury. But I think lately his last few performances, even against Dillian White, I know a lot of people said that that fight was a mismatch and shouldn't have really happened, but. I mean, he stopped him. I just think Fury has been good from the beginning, and he's just progressed and progressed as later on as this got on.
Mm. Yeah, Zhang or Wilder?
Now this depends on the Wilder. This depends on what Wilder turns up, because if we have the Wilder that we had on the day of reckoning, and then it's gonna be Zhang, but. Everyone has a bad night at the office at some point in their career, so we can't write Wilder off from that. Has he been the same ever since the defeats against Fury? Who knows? I mean, the fight with Zhang will tell whether he's going to go anywhere further from this after that, But if he boxes like he did against Parker, then he's in trouble, I think.
Last fight before we speak about you is Bam v Estrada.
Do you know what? Bam, for me, see now, Sonny Edwards, yeah, he is another one of my personal favourite fighters. I love Sonny Edwards. I've obviously him being the same weight as myself.
That's why I asked you about this fight. Oh, Sonny's on this card as well against Kirill, I think it is, Mexican guy.
Yes, that's it. Yes, so I think that's really good that he jumped straight into another big fight after. But that's where I was going back with the Bam. I honestly thought in my heart, I don't know if I was just being biased, but I thought Sonny was going to beat Bam, and I think the way that Bam performed against Sonny just really showed us how good Bam actually is. Because Sonny's not an average fighter, is he? He's absolute class, and Bam really done a good job that night, And I think I was adamant that Sonny was going to win that.
Same.
And then when I see the way that Bam boxed, I was like, wow, like he's really this good, So yeah, I think Bam. I'm going for Bam again on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so moving on to yourself, mate, of course, how did you, get into the sport of boxing?
I started very late, I didn't start boxing until I was about in my early 20s, 2021. And I just fell in love with it from the beginning that I did it, I fell in love with it almost instantly. And yeah, I've done a bit of amateur. I've done some of the white collar.
What was your amateur or white collar record, roughly?
Together, both of them together, I had 29 fights and 6 losses.
So would you say you were decent, an amateur fighter, or?
You know what? I just don't think that style of boxing really suited me. I've done in the process of some of my other fights. I was doing a lot of sparring with a lot of pros. I've done a lot of sparring with Jordan Perkis, very good friend of mine, Jordan. I think the world of Jordan. He's really
Jordan's
good
a good guy.
Yeah, he's
former Southern Area and English champion.
Yes, that's correct. And he's done it in such a short amount of time, and
6 fights, I believe it was.
And he's done it in great fashion. I think he boxed some good fellas. He looked good doing it. So so I've done a lot of sparring with him, and I just felt like that that sort of tempo and that pace of fight was suiting me better. You know, also the weight that I've gone for now. You know, I'm going at super. I'm only 5'3", so I've dropped down to super fly, 52 kilo, and it makes more sense for me. You know, I've made the weight very easily, very comfortably. You know, when I was doing the white collar, I was fighting at 57, and that's just not my weight. You know, when I've done the amateurs, I boxed at 54. And I think that going down that extra couple of kilos, I think it's going to make a massive difference for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you spot Ryan Walker as well.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm sparring him again Thursday as it goes. I'm sparring him again on Thursday. So he's very, no, again, very, very nice lad. Very good boxer.
I
Very.
thought he beat that McGraw. I thought he nicked it personally.
And you know what? I'm with you as well. And I really thought that he'd won it. And then, but then I thought, well, am I being biased because Ryan's a friend of mine? But then I watched it back, and I definitely think there wasn't loads in it. It was very, very close.
Yeah.
But I do believe that Ryan edged it.
Yeah, so do I. I had him up by a point. And anyway, he's boxing for the southern area soon as well, so that should be good.
I know. Yeah, I've been following Ryan's boxing career from the minute he turned over. You know, and he's made some also massive achievements as well. You know, boxing on Matchroom, he's done that twice now, I believe. He's been a Southern Area champ. He's had 4 title fights in that time. You know,
Boxed on TV multiple times.
Exactly, and he's a lovely kid outside. He's not a kid. Sorry, he's a lovely fella outside of the ring. You know, and he like I sparred him the other week, and the help that he gave me and the experience that I gained from it was brilliant. You know, and like I say, we're sparring again on Thursday.
Good stuff. What gym do you train out of?
I train out of Malden Boxing Academy.
And how long have you trained there for?
For quite some time now, a good few years. I've bounced around a few other gyms, still stay with the same coach, just moved around a little bit on just a bit of conveniency.
You still there? You've lagged out. Hang on. Hello? You still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry, I lost you for a minute. What were you saying?
I was just saying that I'm still working. I'm still in full-time work because I just haven't. I've got a family. I've got 3 kids. You know, I've got 3 kids. I've got a missus, and obviously, I've only just turned over.
And what people don't realise is, when you're at this, when you're in the small hall scene, most fighters have a second job because it's mainly when you're at small hall level, it's about selling the tickets as well, isn't it?
Yeah, which isn't easy. It's not easy. It's very. I mean, I feel like I've done all right this time round. I've done about 70 so far, and I've still got 3 weeks to go. You know, so
That's good.
hopefully a few more push. But I'm hoping that the more I box, the more that they're going to build up. I'm going to hopefully create more of a fan base. You know, some loyal people that are going to stay with me and follow me around. I hope for anyway. You know.
Well, fingers crossed, mate. And yeah, tell people how much of the tickets and how they can contact you to get the tickets.
But the tickets are £60 for a general, £100 for VIP. If anyone wants to follow my Instagram at Nutley20, you can always contact me through the direct message on there, or failing that, Facebook, Josh Nutley, and just drop me a message on there. I'm trying to promote myself as much as possible on the social media side of things. I've had a promo video done just of late, which I was really happy with. You know, and yeah, I'm just trying to put a lot of regular training stuff on there. I post my runs on there and things so people can see that I'm working very hard for this. You know, I'm not just expecting it to fall into my lap. I'm grafting. I'm working 5 days a week, and then I'm training 6 days a week. Some days twice a day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, going into your first pro fight, how are you feeling, and how's sort of camp going? And of course, yeah, you're on a top show as well, which has got a few 50-50s and title fights as well. So it's a good card that you're on.
Yeah, I'm very privileged when I see the card that I was on, and I see like the main event and a few of the fights on it. I was really honoured and as well as TM14. You know, they're a good promotion. They put on some really good shows, and your call as well. It's just yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to be honest. There's some nerves there. I'd be lying if I think that there wasn't. You know, it's my pro debut. I wanna look good. I want to perform well. I almost want to make a bit of a statement, till I say. And but however, saying that, training camp has been really good. You know, I've had some real good sparring. I've been going down RJ's gym for my
Mm.
sparring. They've been very, very helpful to me. You know, the coach down there, Ross, he's a diamond geezer. You know, he's helped me out ten to the dozen, and my diet's been spot on. You know, I just had a training session this afternoon, about 3 hours ago, and it was just everything that we've been working on throughout the weeks was just there today. You know, I had a lovely training sessions, and I came away with a lot of confidence, like, and faith in myself. You know, I'm like, it's all just come together all at the right time, as it does. You know, as it does. The whole idea of training camps, when you get to the end of it, you just seem to get where you want to be.
Is exactly that, mate. Yeah, you talk about yeah, so you'll be competing in the super flyweight division. Of course, when you're at these lower weights, you know, you see when you're like 5, 6 and 0, not looking too ahead of yourself, but you know, you move quite quickly for like the sort of belts. How many 4 rounders are you trying to have before maybe moving on to a six?
Um, one or two. One or two. Oh, obviously, I've got this one. We are maybe possibly looking at boxing again June 15th.
Where would that be,
Um,
or do you not know just yet?
I think it's Chesham, I think that's how you say it, North London.
Is that the
Um,
Laura
I,
Trott one, or
I couldn't tell you 100%. I was only in talks with my manager about that yesterday.
Victor Smith, your manager?
That's the one. Yes, that's it. I've known Victor for a long time. He's a very good man. Very
And
good
he
man.
he's got good fighters as well. So
Yes, yes. Marty Mason being one of them. You know, he's a very interesting fighter to watch. He's always in an exciting fight, Marley, and he's
and
another
he and
one.
he and he and he's willing to fight anyone, is Marley.
Yes, he is, and he's a lovely fellow on the outside of the ring as well. You know, as I think a lot of boxers are. It's a gentleman's sport at the end of the day, isn't it? Despite punching each other in the head, it is a gentleman's sport.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that, mate. What can we expect from you, mate, on your pro debut?
I don't want to take a single step backwards. You know, I'm an aggressive forward fighter. And I'm just going to keep pressing and pressing and applying pressure. You know, that's my style. Plenty of head movement, holding the center of the ring, and a bit of a controlled aggression.
Hmm. Would you say there's a fighter that your style's similar to, and like for people who haven't seen your box before?
Do you know what? I couldn't say. I couldn't say as much as there's some names out there that I would like to say, but I just I couldn't say. I couldn't compare myself to anyone else out there. To be honest, I think there's some fantastic fighters out there, and I wouldn't want to insult anyone by saying that I compare
Hmm.
myself to them.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, before I let you go, if you actually have you got an I forgot what I was gonna say now. Um, have you got any advice for somebody who may want to start boxing?
Yeah, train hard and enjoy it. The minute you stop enjoying it, then just don't bother. You know, you have to love what you do. You have to be passionate about what you do. You've almost got to be obsessed with it. You know, and that's the best advice I can give. Enjoy it and train hard, put 110% into everything that you do, whether it's running, whether it's circuit training, whether it's bag work, anything, just 110%, maximum effort all the time and enjoy it. The moment you stop enjoying it, call it a day.
And yeah, before I let you go, mate, do you want to thank your team, people giving you opportunities, anyone at the moment?
Yeah, I'd love to thank Victor Smith for making this all happen for me. He's made my dreams come true. Chris Brooks, my boxing coach, for putting so much time and effort into me. And I can be hard work sometimes. But he's a good bloke, and I'd like to thank RJ's as well for the constantly inviting me back for sparring and helping me out with not just sparring but good quality sparring with good quality fighters. And always making me feel welcome. And also TM14 for giving me this massive opportunity and allowing me to have my debut on such a great show.
And from me,
and I'd like to thank you for giving me your time this evening.
Oh, anytime, mate. And hopefully I'll get you on when you're 1-0. Good luck with the fight, mate. And yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, mate.
Bye, mate. Good luck with the fight.
Cheers, mate. Take care.